Shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakal Dash, giving up honor to the apostle of this great millstone, peace and blessings, to those pushing his truth and sincerity, and Kwam Yasharala. Alright, so brother Apostle Dash, going to give another lesson. Alright, and as you see on the screen, I got Matthew 24th chapter to go into, one of my favorite things to go into, especially in the times that we are living in right now, mainly because we're in the times where the signs are we living them out. All right, the chip is almost here. The prophecies of history are now the prophecies of present. All right, things that were spoken about in the former times, much before. Right, well they're here now. This is Matthew 24:1. And Yahweh Shai went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to shew him the buildings of the temple. All right, so right here we got Yahweh Shai and then the 12 disciples. They meeting up with him. It say verse 2. Yahweh Shai said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another. There shall not be thrown that shall not be thrown down. All right, and this was Yahweh Shai prophesying. Yahweh Shai is a prophet. All right. Yahweh Shai is a prophet. He literally, at the time we speaking right now, that temple does not exist anymore. All right, so he prophesied, meaning to speak before, meaning you spoke about something before it happened. He did it, right? Simple as that. It say verse 3, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? All right, so a couple things to hit at right there. One, they came to him privately. So this was a private conversation. It wasn't, the multitude wasn't there and all these things. This message had got relayed, right? It say, and tell us, when shall these things be? So when did the temple fall down? Well, you got to go into 70 AD, which it was actually a 6-year war, right? Of them basically stalling out the Israelites, in so many words. Then also you got so that would be the 70 AD era, right? When the nation of Israel fell, we fled into the wilderness, all those type of things. And then it said also, what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? So we got the sign of his coming and the end of his world, and the end of the world, right? Which the end of the world is not when an asteroid hits the earth and the earth explodes, nothing like that. The end of the earth world, which we're gonna get the word world right here. It say eon, which is basically we going. It say forever and unbroken age, perpetuity of time, eternity, the world's universe, or a period of time. The word eon right here, we're going to a period of time. When will be the end of this age? When will be the end of this time period? Is what they're asking. What time period are we in? The time period of the white man ruling. All right, that's what it is. When will be the end of this time period? All right. It says, and Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, and shall deceive many. So he said many people are going to come in his name. Guess what? You got that on all type of levels. You got people like Buddha, Allah, mother, all these false gods that claim that they are the way, and they're the chosen vessel, all those type of things. You also got other people that came in the name of Yahweh Shai who really was not for Yahweh Shai. Like right now, these different Israelite camp groups, they claim to, some of them don't even use his name. They use Christ. They use Jesus. They don't even use Yahweh Shai, but claim to be Hebrew Israelites. So a lot of people they quote unquote claim to be up under Yahweh Shai or claim to be one with him, but hey, they lead the people astray. They lead them a flock. They deceive many, right? It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye not trouble. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So rumors of wars that started in World War I and World War II, according to the apostles of GMS. That precept came to it started in World War I and World War II. We're still in we're still in that verse. There's still wars and rumors of wars. You always World War III is constantly being brought up. The apostles was bringing up World War III decades ago. All right, verse 7. Oh, and it also said, but the end is not yet. So yeah, we see these wars and things going on, but obviously the world didn't end. This age didn't end yet. All right. It say verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation. So Elamite against Assyrian against Syrian, and so forth. Right. Edomite against Israelite, and Israelite against Edomite, and all those type of things. And kingdom against kingdom. The land of Iran versus Afghanistan, and the U.S. versus Russia. The land masses fighting. All right. It says, and there shall be famines, which is going to be a lack of bread, and spiritual is going to be a lack. It's going to be a famine of the word as well, right? So it's going to be famines in these last days, spiritually and physically. Which we see that building up with people like Bill Gates buying up all the land and things of that nature. It says, and pestilences, which a pestilence is a sickness, right? What come to mind when I think of these pestilences? They say a pestilence, a plague. What happened recently in human years, recent in our years, right? In people years, 2020 from like 2020 of March all the way to like 2022, early 2022, late 2021. You had the plague that made the earth stand still. They call it 2020 the year the earth stood still. Grass was growing in the streets. Why? Nobody was allowed outside for a whole year, right? But that's just what a pestilence is. A plague, a sickness, things of those natures. It says, and earthquakes in diverse places. All right, let's grab the word earthquake. Because an earthquake could be an uproar of the people. It also could be talking about physical earthquakes. It could go both ways with this one, but it says a shaking, a commotion, a tempest, and earthquake, right? Then it says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. And you look at the word sorrow, it's sadness, depression, lowliness, like you feeling down. The world is going to be in sorrow. As we see right now, you look at 30 years ago, we'll say 1996. We'll even go back to just 1990. Look at the price of living. Look at people was outside, the sun was out, people was having a good old time. The Bulls was on it. They was going on a three-peat run 2 times, and life was all fine and dandy, as they would say. And then you look 26 years later, or 36 years later, damn near 36 years later, and life has completely flipped the switch. The mirth of the land is gone, according to Isaiah, the 9th chapter, I believe. All right, life is. People always talk about back in the day. That's the hot thing right now. Back in the day, people want to bring up the past. Why? Because the present ain't fun no more. The present it ain't cool no more. It ain't too. Schools getting shot up. Motherfucking alien people running around. Motherfucking women with male parts running around. Supposedly women, right? And vice versa, and all this type of. You got the evil king, ruler, dictator, and power, and Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is a fucking bill now. It's a lot of reasons to hate this time. This is what the Lord said, the beginning of sorrows. All right, all right. But hey, I hope this is edifying. Just a little quick hit. I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakal Kadash, giving them honor to the apostle of the great millstone. Peace and blessings, much pushing in truth and sincerity, and Kwam Yasharala.